Hi everyone. So this is another spontaneous call from me. That's Martina, and I actually would like to talk about parts work. First of all, to introduce myself, my brand is the name of my business is called Kundalini Martina. I basically mainly focus on the inner child work because it's so close to my heart and I do feel a lot of healing power. So it's the root cause resolution of a lot of our problems and many things. So this is the main thing that I offer. And it's a basically parts work. But somehow it's just come naturally for me to talk about parts work. Many of you who are watching this are probably actually experienced. I know many people, many friends, many, for example, Teal Swans followers are either diving in deep into the parts work or testing the waters. So I would like to just say a few things, experi- experiential, and how it started for me. As someone who is also deeply programmed and has a lot of veils like the shadows or uh, blockages to seeing the truth, and doubting that what is this, doubting that this thing really works, and doubting and curious, like questioning what is it, and even if I work with it, or when I started working with it, I still could not completely embody that it's truth. So the parts work basically is working with different parts of our consciousness, working with, for example, the inner child aspect of us, the soft and very vulnerable, and something in us that most probably didn't get resolved. So that might be that child who got frozen, or frozen in that time, and meaning that if you consider there is no time, if you accept the truth, there is no time in actual the reality. If you start diving into actual reality, not the one we think that's what it is, but the actual reality, there is no time. So of course that frozenness stays within you, within your body, and that manifests as an anxiety or stress. But that's an example of the how it came about. I feel that it has come about because of us realizing the truth, many people, and of course it's been researched by psychologists as well. So that's the inner child part, and then we have other parts, the protector parts, and even the positive ones. We have the parts, we can create the parts that can actually benefit us. So for example, we could have part that is in a fight, in opposition to that inner child. So that's one beautiful example. And sorry for this camera, it's a bit shaky because of my hands trying to hold it nice. So yeah, I also want to. Okay, I'll come back to this structure again because I'm sure you, a lot of people who happen to watch this might already know this. It's if you research, but I might come back to it later. But also I want to point out my own experience with parts work. So I started it in a human university, in Osho Human University, in a tourist program where their way of support and healing and integration for us as an adults is to see us how we protect ourselves and make a fun of it. So we used to wear a lot of costumes. It was a 2-week program, so in that sense, it was supposed to be healing. So was it healing for me? Partly, yes, it was healing because I was able to see what they see, and the people suggested what I don't see. And then I was supposed to wear, or kind of had to wear, the costume of what they think it's my protector, so I can see it from a different perspective. For me, it was only a beginning, or um, how to say, I still feel that I needed inner child healing, and it hasn't worked out for me properly. So it was not the first time. I experienced actually a lot of parts work in different workshops, and we were able to connect to mother and father aspects of us. Um, and that was beautiful, and it was truth revealing, yes. So it was like a touching on a god inside of you, the truth, because we can lie to ourselves 10 years, 20 years, make ourselves sick, make ourselves unhappy, or make someone's unhappy because we pretend that we are happy, and then other people, or especially children, feel it. So the truth is actually could be very healing, and I believe it is very healing. So that was only one of few of them, and since that time I practice a lot of parts work. But the best one for me is inner child healing work. The work with focus on integration, designed by Till Swan. It's very similar to what some somatic therapists would guide you through, to focus more on a somatic experience in your body, and truly actually hold this child in a way that it experience total safety. So I think the biggest problem with the inner child work and healing for us as an adult is to start feeling safe. But actually, if we start feeling safe, we can bring it to our relationship, and as much as possible. Of course, if you are not compatible with a partner, it's very hard, because, like with my ex, there were times I didn't feel safe to share the inner child, the softness. It was beautiful, I must say, it was beautiful, and he loved it, and he was really impressed at how much softness I can bring, and vulnerability. But also, from my perspective, it was very hard, because for him he was on a different journey, so I had to also seek more of the professional help, so there is someone who can hold all these depths and truths I have to share. So that's Martina. I also offer actually inner child work healing, with a focus on empathy and validation, and also resolution is the main thing, because the conflict within us is already there, which needs to be solved. So that's Martina, and lots of love. Namaste.